probably occurred last fall while working with an executive team who had a brand new CEO and lots of just challenges within the team organization element. We were working on 5 behaviors. We were doing DISC. We were planning for enhanced, team processes, team communications. And during an action planning segment, one particular executive looked to the new leader of the organization and was addressing a concern. She was communicating that during one-on-ones, when they were rescheduled, when they were not on camera, when they weren't in person, that she was feeling not appreciated, not valued, that her team was of a low consequence, and her perception was that she didn't matter with this new leader. So she needed more support. As she began to convey this feeling and her challenge to the leader in a room amongst her peers. So this was an open dialogue. We were action planning in the space. This individual, her body language was closed in. She was staring at her hands. She was fidgeting. Definitely a stretch of a comfort zone for her to approach this conflict and to address, this conflict, if you will, the way that she was feeling. And in the moment, I knew the importance to convey this message to the new leader. This had to be addressed. It was a great opportunity in that moment to pause and to tell the individual, I need you to stop, because this message is very important and it needs to be heard. So I'm going to ask you to shift your body language, and I actually want you to turn, and I want you to look at your leader, and I'd love for you to give eye contact. And then I turned and looked at the leader, and I said, I need for you to look at your team member. I need to look at your colleague, because she needs you to hear this right now. And in that moment, she was then able to communicate and to convey, when our one-on-ones are delayed and when they're not on camera, I feel as if I'm insignificant and that my team doesn't matter. And those words were heard. And they were heard in front of peers, in front of colleagues. And in that moment, the room shifted. There was like a moment of awe where people went, it was a release. People then had the momentum to feel that they could express their feelings of distrust and their concerns about accountability and results amongst the team. It shifted the entire energy and the focus and the momentum of that space. And to see how it impacted and grew discussions to more productive dialogues and more proactive action planning was absolutely inspiring. And to know that the team continues to communicate openly, honestly, and to keep elevating their leadership style is just inspiring to this day to hear their successes.